Alright, so it's clear that Wayne is obviously making an attempt at pleasing the fans because they've been putting Anthony and Amber up. And when they put them up now, the relationship looks very solid. It looks very secure. It looks sure. It looks like it's going somewhere. And now me can actually watch this marriage without thinking, you know what? A divorce need for him. Let's go.
And do you think I'm a bad father?
What? Why would you ask? Where did that come from?
That comes from a man who always gets bashed and battered. And it does is a question you ask yourself as a man. Women don't know this, but this the slightest of things can shake a man as far as fatherhood is concerned, especially when people consistently batter down on him that he's not a great father at all. And remember, men get battered more than anything else as far as not being a good dad. Deadbeat dad is one of those terms that are always thrown around. So men always have to carry this on them shoulders.
It's just that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
even the things that I've done, like even getting Kai's the DNA test and everything, I didn't I didn't do it for me. I did it to please my wife. You know? I'm wondering if the decisions that I'm making are good for Kai or are they good for me? It's just sometimes I just feel like I'm not doing a good job as a father.
This is fair because the funny thing is that even though he's saying this is how I feel like men feel when them ask for a DNA test. Because every time a man asks for a DNA test, a woman questions him. What do you mean? What do you mean you want a DNA test? What? You say you don't trust me, so you don't believe me? They give you every single thing else instead of just making you take the DNA test. Because what does it matter anyways if I'm asking for a DNA test? If you're sure in yourself that this is my child and there was no foul play at all, you shouldn't be worried at all. You make me have a DNA test. It shouldn't cause a ruckus between us and women at all, but they do. That's the funny thing. And ladies, come ahead, go ahead and tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. The moment a man asks you a DNA test, it feels like an insult to a woman right off of the cuff. Versus it just being, you know what? I just want to know.
Babe. You know, the order of family in the Bible is first is God, and then it's your spouse, and then it's your children. So, yes, you did it for me, but ultimately you did it for the kingdom. God,
When you say kingdom, what kind of kingdom?
kingdom, and our kingdom.
Mm.
The Bible says to seek ye first the kingdom, and all these things will be added to you.
Well, I think the verse says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all his righteousness shall be added unto you. Okay. I like how Amber has used this quote. It's a very interesting quote. Because her saying, well, let's get the union between the husband and the wife right first, so that way that the kids them can get taken care of. You know what? I wouldn't dispute this. I feel like Amber has given him a solid bar. That's actually a very solid bar because if you and your spouse is okay, then it is easier for you to go from that lineage to work on the children them and those things. Because yes, it makes sense. It makes sense. The kids them can't really come before your husband or your wife. Them can't come before that because at the end of the day, is your husband or your wife or the person who you're taking to wherever it is. As a matter of fact, when a child turn 18, they're old enough and them gone and they've left. So this is actually very, very profound. But sometimes people put the kids them ahead of the spouse. Sometimes people do it. Sometimes women do it and sometimes men do it. Then put the kids them ahead of the spouse. You know what? Very, very profound. Me love this. I'm telling you, no, I don't know what's going on. They must be listening to us. They must have been watching the channel and they must say, you know what, I'm going to write in this direction. Yes, writers. Yes, we want to see this. We want to watch something like this.
So, yes, you may have done it for me, but baby, you ultimately did it for Kai. Because if we are not strong, and if our foundation is weak, then his foundation is weak.
That makes sense. That makes sense because think about it. Right now, the foundation between himself and Shayla is actually weak. So just notice how the relationship between the two of them is going on right now because of the what you call it, the slackness between that relationship. What's been happening to Kai? Him now get as much attention, as much focus as he should be getting because the two of them can't focus at all. So, hey, you know what? Amber's on. She's on.
Because he needs us. He needs us to be unified. You're a damn good husband. You're a good friend. You're a good person. And you, my dear, are a fantastic father.
Now, Marsh, if you keep this, and we now say Anthony the most perfect father in the world, but what is the perfect father do? I mean, your father does what he possibly can do, and him do the most that the mother allow him to do. Because the truth is, all right, if we really and truly look at Anthony's thing, Sheila has not allowed the child to come from him yard. He has to keep going to this house, right, where this woman lives, have her cuss at him, have her complain, have her insult him, have her tell him all sorts of different things. Why would you want to go? If I were to keep a kid at my house and every single time the mother comes by there, I'm doing all of these things to her, it would be logical for her not to want to come back. So it is very, very fair now. But I've noticed that we not look on it this way, but it's very, very fair. It's very fair as to why men disappear now. Think about it, and I'm not talking about just man with deadbeat and really don't want to take care of their kids. I'm not talking about those men. I talk about actual men who really want to take care of them kids, because a lot of men do want to take care of them kids, contrary to what is being advertised. But if every single time I come, right, you give me something different, then why would I want to keep coming?
You know how many absent fathers there are? So for you to even want to please me and not allow that to come between us, but to join us and to join Kai to us, is admirable, baby. You are a wonderful father. And don't you ever, ever doubt that.
That's a wife. The words that you just said to me, that's what a wife is. And you are everything that describes that.
I'm sorry, friends. For those who say, Amber, I have a 304 right now. She's not. She's a wife right now. Hey, she's doing some wifely things. This is very, very wifely. I forget her kudos and I forget her props. This is very wifely. This is exactly what you want to be doing for your husband. Now, I hope that she not change this, 2, 3 months from now, because sometimes women behave like that too. They'll praise you 1 minute, then next week you're a no good son of a gun. So don't worry about my experiences. I've come to realize that you can't really to listen to what a woman say, but that's the thing. That's how far men have to be going with all of this. But hey, it's fair. This is one of those great conversations again. I'm loving the conversations that they've been having because they're very, very insightful conversations. This is a very, very good one, especially to the regard of helping the man to understand his role as a father and what he has been doing as a father with Amber, with Kai. Because the truth is, Anthony really has been doing the best he possibly can, but doesn't get the credit for it. Instead, what him get is a bunch of insults where, if him don't buy a house, him can't be a good father. And then, of course, if him not buy something else, him can't be a good father. And trust me, men get this all the time. Where if you not buy a shoes, you can't be a good father. And if you don't buy a jacket, you can't be a good father. If you don't buy a shirt, you can't be a good father. Even if you've just spent on child support and you bought a myriad of things, but you just happen to be broke right now, you don't have no money, you're not a good father because you can't provide in this particular moment. So you're a father at the moment. Your deal of being a father is indicative of the moment that you're in. But hey, give me a take on this. I'm really and truly loving what the writers are doing with the Amber and Anthony story. I really love it, writers. Really and truly love it. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to you all soon.